Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by the Cigar Vixen channel. I'm Delicia, and first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you for the wonderful feedback that you guys constantly give with the great comments, the questions, the requests for what cigars to review. It's a big help. Not to brag, but I have a ton of cigars. You guys have seen my humidor. You saw the recent what's in the IPCPR bag, and I have a plethora of wonderful cigars to review. And so it's very helpful for me when you guys do those requests, and I try to accommodate those requests as much as possible. If I have the cigar, sometimes I take a little bit longer to meet those requests, but I do appreciate all your guys' comments and feedback. So today, after the requests I had for a review of not only different AJ stuff that's coming out, but in particular the Hoyo. This is the second collaboration, I guess you could say, between Hoyo and AJ. They did the first one last year. It was released in 2016 IPCPR, and that was the Hoyo La Amistad. Again, kind of a tribute to AJ's roots growing up somewhat close to the Hoyo de Monterrey factory in Cuba. This time they've done the follow-up, but it's a little bit different. This one is all Habano seed, and it's all grown in Nicaragua. I'm sorry, take that back. The wrapper is Habano seed Ecuadorian, so it's grown in Ecuador, Habano seed, and then Nicaraguan Habano seed on the binder. And then I believe the filler is also, it's Habano seed, but it's coming from different regions of Nicaragua, AJ's farm, so Esteli Condega, and then you have your finished product here. Taking a closer look at the cigar itself, not a ton of oil to this one, a very light sheen, more of like a rugged, velvety type of a finish to it. Versus that, those some that have that real oil to it. This one does not have it. Tight on the seams. There's, looks like just a single cap on this one. The only difference if you're looking at these in a humidor of your local B&M versus last year and this year is this one is lined in silver versus the original one that had the gold lettering for the Hoyo. It had the gold around the secondary band there for AJ as well. So, and I think the first one may have had more red to the actual face band. I could be mistaken. I'm just going off of memory. But yeah, nonetheless, that's basically, those are the differences. And I'm going to go ahead and smoke it. Actually, this is the first time that I'm smoking this one. I smoked a lot of the other one when it came out. I had more of those. And for whatever reason, this time, I do have some in my goodie bag from IPCPR, but I just haven't had a chance to smoke this one. So usually I don't do that. Usually I've smoked a few before I go ahead and do a review, but this time we'll just kind of do it together and see what's going on. Let me do my my dry pre-lit draw. A little bit of a musty earth to that. Not a lot of spice on the pre-lit. But Habano seed, AJ, Condega, Esteli, have a feeling that spice is going to be there. Just a hunch. And of course, AJ's doing tons of stuff. He is everywhere lately. Literally, you see his name on, like, I don't know, everywhere. And he's great because he's a cool dude. Makes good tobacco, has a lot of knowledge. And I love to see people doing well. So he's very hospitable. If you get a chance to visit Nicaragua and you go to his factory, his farm, it's a cool spot to visit. Beautiful. Not even all the way through the puff, and you just get that really nice toasted warmth to it. You get a nice earthy background, a little bit of sweetness, not a lot. You have to look for it. It's a subtle sweetness, but I'm also picking up that sweetness in the aroma. Definitely pick up a black pepper, especially on that little bit of a retro that I did there. Overall flavors, this point, again, a tad hint of sweetness in the background. I look for that sweetness because that's what I enjoy in cigars, but if you're just smoking it and you're not really searching for those flavors, you might miss the sweetness. It's not super, jump right out at you. It's more of a background of a little hint of a cinnamon spice mixed with the black pepper. The black pepper is pretty much right there. You can't really miss that, especially again on the retro. But you do get a little bit of kind of a like a toasted sugary in the background again with that. The smoke itself is very leathery, and you also pick up just some of that earthiness in there. Not getting a lot of much of any kind of citrus as I did. I remember getting more of a kind of a citrusy hint with the original Hoyo, their first collaboration. Not so much right now on this one, but we'll see if that changes. But off to a good start. Nice burn, beautiful amount of smoke, very aromatic, very welcoming. Very nice. All right, so you guys know the routine. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down a little bit more and jump back in for the second third to talk about different flavors. So jumping back in with the second, getting into the second third, somewhere basically nearing like the bottom of the secondary band that says AJ Fernandez. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. The ash has been great. A big solid chunk fell off, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes back or so. Burn line is not razor sharp, but it's not really affecting the actual smoking experience. It's still nice open draw to it, beautiful output of aroma as well as smoke. And the flavors have shifted a little bit into more of a hint of a cedar. There's a little bit of it's kind of reminiscent of a citrus, but not quite. I wouldn't characterize it as a citrus, as an actual like a strong citrus, but you just get like a little tiny hint of that in the background. But again, you kind of have to search for it. I'm searching for it because of the original one. It reminds me of it, but it is different. It's significantly different in the sense that, that Habano seed is stronger. And so you do pick up different flavors, very leathery. And I've also picked up an influence of like a dark roasted coffee bean in here, but there's definitely that mixture of a little bit of cinnamon, but more so a black pepper. That's pretty much been there since the beginning. So not a huge transition into the second, third, but again, just a little bit of that background of cedar, slight hint of a citrus, more along the lines of like an orange peel type of a citrus. But again, very subtle, not really huge on those notes, just kind of a little bit in the background, more so again, the stronger spices in there. Again, cinnamon, very light on the cinnamon, more so black pepper. So smoking very nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and just, keep puffing along and check back in with you guys for that final third. So coming in for the final third on the Hoyo La Amistad Silver. I've been smoking the Robusto, by the way. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. It does come in 3 sizes, ranging from $6.99 to $7.99, depending on the size and where you buy it. That's about the staple, price point. So again, if you're looking for that budget-friendly stick, this is going to be a good one for you. The construction, again, was awesome. Beautiful amount of smoke output and aroma. The flavors haven't changed a whole lot in this final third. Leather is the predominant note that I pick up. It's very leathery, more robust than the original Hoyo Amistad. This one, again, you're going to pick up a little bit more strength. This one, for me, it was right around the same. This one's slightly higher on the strength, medium full, closer to that medium full point. Not quite full on it, but good flavors. Again, not tons of transitions, but just those subtle little nuances that you do pick up. Very similar to the second third with this one, the flavors, you still get that underlying cedar. You get a little bit more of an earthy element to it, and you still pick up those slight notes of a little bit more of a brown sugar. Again, very, very, very subtle. You're not getting that strong note of it. You just kind of pick it up in the background. That little bit of a citrus note that was there for me in the second third, I pretty much lost it for the final third. Again, cedar, leather, earthy, black pepper pretty much throughout the entire stick, especially again on the retrohale. But a good smoke, and again for that price point, it's worth definitely picking up a bundle or so of these sticks. So as always, I thank you all for tuning in and sharing a smoke with me, and I love to hear your comments. And thanks so much for following me on all the social media platforms, and be sure to check the Instagram especially for more contests and giveaways. And again, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Cheers.